Good morning. Happy Friday. I'm back from my hiatus yesterday.
Greetings.
She says hi too. That's very... Anyway, so today I feel like we need to get ourselves over to the asteroid field. We need to get over to the asteroid field, kind of just check that out. Probably need to make some more sweetener. Seeds. Sweetener. Yeah. Do that. Anyway. Well, yeah, we need to go to the asteroid field, and I've thought about it, and I think we're also going to have to make a CV designed for mining asteroids. So we should probably make that. That's what we'll do today. We'll get that thing up and running and get ready for a trip out. Get ready for a trip out to the asteroid belt, the asteroid field. And I'm probably going to design this thing with the ability to jump itself. That's what I think we're going to do. That way we don't have to bring the capital ship with us. At least not this one. Later on in later playthroughs, we'll make ourselves a capital ship that's very fuel efficient, to where we can bring it with us. But this particular one, we can't. It's a bit expensive. We're also going to need probably... Let's do that. 2 of them. We don't need that much fuel. Just 2 of them. 2 generators, 2 large. Gonna make ourselves make it warp drive capable. We need to be able to make enough thrusters to this. 4. Let's do 4. And we don't need it to be very fast. So the one that had all the weapons on it got 2 thrusters per direction. So, and this thing doesn't need to land. We don't need landing gear on it. At least not right now. Okay, so 3 directions. 4. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10 thrusters. And then possibly just 2 in the back. We don't need this thing to be fast. We just need it to be maneuverable enough. Okay, that's made. Don't need gravity generators. Probably need an oxygen. Probably need oxygen. Probably not that many. Just one. One large and the O2 station. Bridge block. So that we can bring food with us, because if we're going to go out mining, we're going to probably need a lot of grabs, spotlights, harvesting block. Okay. Else. That's good for now. So we'll just let that just kind of go for now. Well, that's being worked on. We'll drop it out here. Please. This is going to be our mining CV. Nope. have to pick you back up. Box. Nope. Yeah, I think they should just get rid of the fact that it starts with the cockpit already put on. It should just start out with just those blocks. It doesn't need the cockpit. Because that just seems like a waste, because you're going to reposition it anyway, so... Okay, shotgun, chainsaw, sniper rifle. Gonna drop these back into my inventory here. Don't need them here. Keep the assault rifle and yeah. In order for them to be able to make it to where the things like the minigun and the shotgun, in order for the shotgun to be useful, they're gonna have to widen the cone that thing can actually hit, because it being a shotgun and the fact that they're using buckshot obviously here, this thing is going to have a wider radius, unless you're going to come up with the idea that it's more of it shoots slugs. At that point you gotta have to increase the range, because buckshot can go much further. Well, slugs can go a lot further than buckshot. In fact, if you're going to be using slugs in a shotgun, you might as well put a scope on it anyway, so you can hit things from afar. But then the problem comes in, like, well, if you can shoot things from that far away, you might as well just have an assault rifle. Thanks. Okay, so this is going to start out very similar to the capital ship vessel. This one's going to be clearly designed for just mining. Start out with a very similar core. This one doesn't have to be armored, but we're not going to have to worry about stuff like that. I'm going to try a different layout for this one too. I'm probably going to go with something that's like short and stubby for design. I'm not going to have nearly as many fuel tanks on it. That one's like got a ton of fuel tanks. I'm not going to have nearly as there. And it's not going to have as nearly many engines and all that kind of stuff. But it's going to be warp capable. That's the major difference. This thing's going to be warp capable, so that we can be able to get in and out of mining zone. I don't think this ore scanner has to be on our hotbar. I think it just has to be in our inventory. Okay, so let's see here. Control module, Apple ship only. vessel. Drill turret. Why is it only on the hover? It's not showing up. Cannon turret. Minigun. Wait, what? Why is it? Nope, there's drill turret right there. Oh, that's why. Okay. Okay. That's why. Okay, so we have to go out there at least once to get the alloys. Drill turret, yeah. Okay. That's why it wasn't showing up. Apparently when you sort them like this, the red ones don't show up. That's what we're gonna have to do. We have to go out there, drill by hand for enough ingots in order to make the alloy. Then, you know, attach them onto our TV and then go out there and get massive amounts of them. Okay. Okay. Explains a lot. Drilling holes in terrain and mining resources. Gonna continue on this though for a little while. Have this. Okay. Yeah, this thing is gonna have to be a little bit bigger than I wanted, but that'll work for now. Should be finished here. Ah, there we go. Kind of froze up a little bit. Okay. Actually pretty cool looking. Yes. So this thing is going to just be designed with the turrets in mind. Once we get the materials in order to make them, we'll start playing around with things like repair consoles and repair bays and all that kind of stuff. See how that works. And also the large thrusters and stuff like that. Yeah, this one's going to be more of a stay in a location for a long period of time and keep mining, not have to leave. Hey Nessa, how's it going? It's morning, yes it is. Okay. We're currently building a mining capital ship. So we got the combat platform for testing turrets and stuff like that. This is going to be more of a warp capable mining vessel that I'm going to be making. And this thing is going to be used to go to the asteroid field and mine things in bulk. Because we could bring our giant capital ship there. I'm at work, but it's Friday. Yeah. Work, but Friday. This thing is going to be able to warp to the asteroid field and back and gather supplies for us while it's out there. This, that. The RCS right in the center. This thing doesn't need to be very maneuverable, but I want to be able to kind of be able to rotate really fast. That's why I'm putting 4 on there. I might put even more than that. We're also going to have put spotlights on it because, well, any mining vessel needs forward-facing spotlights. So how big are these? Okay, so they're 3 by 1 by 3. Okay. So it's probably not as big as this turret. Yeah, it's not big as that turret. So it's a very short turret, but it's still 3 by 3. Is it automated? No. It's not going to be an automated mining vessel. Everything in the game, any ship in the game that you make so far, has to be driven. They have to drive it. Right now I'm just putting all the core components into it, and then we're going to build around it. It doesn't have to be armored. Put a cockpit on it with the ability to put oxygen in the cockpit, so that while we're out, we don't have to worry about our suit's oxygen gone. In fact, I might even put a small. Probably don't need a constructor. I was thinking about being able to put a constructor on the thing to be able to make fuel while we're out there, if we find, fuel while we're there. But I don't think we do something like that. At least not right now. Probably medical. We're not going to be in combat out there, so I don't think we do need that. But fridge block is definitely going to be there. I don't think we need light blocks. We'll first design it, and then we'll see, do we need the block? Hey, Meme, how's it going? Meme, how you doing? It's Friday. Friday! Still slightly recovering from yesterday morning. I went fishing. Early in the morning. I got up at like 3 a.m. and didn't get home until like 6 p.m. Because I had to still go to work afterwards. Yeah. We gotta build a lot of stuff here. But we need to make a trip to the asteroid field. Fun, yeah, lots of fun. Once we get enough to be able to make the drills, then we'll go and get a ton of ingredients in order to be able to make the repair console. Once we can make the repair console, then we'll start playing around with it and see what it does. Catch anything? No, I got a bunch of nibbles. I'm used to river fishing, so I was on the coast of a lake, and they would follow the lure all the way to the surface, and then they would bolt afterwards. None of them actually Well, I think I got like 1 or 2 bites, but that was pretty good. Where do you find magnesium? Moon? You find it on... You can find it on a planet. Where I found magnesium is here. On this planet right here. Which... not giving... But yeah. The moon... This moon has magnesium. This one does have magnesium. Okay, yeah. Moon works. I found most of my magnesium on the moon, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So moon, yeah. A warp key for my first load. Yeah, you would first have to get there, get your first load, and then head back. And also really depend. Also, where magnesium is found is really dependent on what kind of scenario you started out with. I started out with the one that's only got 4 planets. We're getting pretty much to the end of this playthrough. So once we've gone to the asteroid field, then gone to the space station, then we'll have an idea of what we're in for, what we'll possibly be in for. So we'll start up a new game, and we'll start one with a scenario where it has more planets. And then we'll go for efficiency. So we'll make just nothing but efficient bases, efficient vehicles. What my plan is going to be for that playthrough is I'm going to just go straight for a hover vessel, and then once I get enough materials, I'll go straight into making a small vehicle, and then our first base will be in orbit, so we can just straight into space. But first thing I have to test before we do that is, can I put solar panels onto a space station out in space, since we can drop our base block out in space like this, because I just dropped it there. Since we can do that, if we could get solar panels on that thing, that means it's like a base that's running on free unlimited power, essentially, because out in space there's always sunlight, as long as you have them pointed at the sun, or where the sun is coming from in this game. Okay. This. Oh, probably right here. This. We're going for a very basic vessel here. Here. Oh, shh. Found a drone base the moment I got into orbit. Ended up putting my first base on the ground. Wasn't the plan, but cannon turrets are so much better than sentry turrets. And it's working out fine, except for the bugs wasting all my ammo. Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, when it comes to certain bugs, you can pretty much ignore them. You don't have to take out every single bug that comes near. You only have to worry about the ones that are actually hostile. Those are the ones you have to worry about. That's... Oh shoot. That one's backwards. That's right. Every single time you switch, you have to reposition. Up, down. And this one has to go straight up. That. Let's do that. Okay, up, down, left, right. Up, down, left, right. One that's gonna be facing forward. Probably do something, or something like that. let's go with that. This thing is not going to be armored, really. It just needs to be functional for a first trip. This. There and there. BABA select start, right? Yeah. Cockpit, which we'll put on a little platform place right in front. Gonna be front heavy, so that. You down, you gotta put you down. Bridge part. Oxygen. You there. Bridge container, which we'll have to put somewhere on the outside. Oxygen. There. And then we'll place a whole bunch of solid blocks to fill this thing in. Put the lights on later. That on. That. And where we can get to it. Here. Oh. Can't change the look of it. That's fine. Okay. That armor looks really nice now. You talking about the armor I'm wearing? See if I have any remainder blocks. Hardened steel blocks. We're gonna need armored windows too for the front. Armored steel blocks. There we go. Perfect. Looks like a janitor's uniform, right? Yeah. Just using armored steel mostly because it's here. No. This will give us an idea of what the current layout of this thing is. Come on, there we go. Loading up. Nope. Do something like this. That'll work. Let me do something like this. Okay. I have to figure out how to put a front to this thing on. Pretty much gonna look all short and stubby, as pretty much all mining vessels pretty much are. Pretty much all short and stubby a little bit. And I don't not worrying too much about having most of the components be basically showing Doesn't need to be combat ready. I don't want it to be combat ready. I want it to be fast maneuverable and able to mine quickly. Yeah. I'm gonna block that off just so that the generators are not warming us. Okay. SVs can mine. SV. Dude, let's go with that. It will look interesting that way. CVs. This is a CV. CVs can mine. SVs can. Capital ships. Capital ships. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go for something. Some. Figure out how to make how the front of this thing is gonna work. Do something like this. Make it hard edged. Yes. Okay. Here. Side 2. Oh, okay, there we go. There's a side 1 and a side 2. Okay. There. I have to reposition those forward-facing thrusters. I have a feeling. Or do that. Anything else? It's weird, but you know, it'll work. How are we gonna get into the cockpit? 100-degree cockpit. I've made a mistake. Yeah. Plus, it's a mining vessel, so it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to see really well. It just has to face forward. Face forward. Work. Is something. Where's wall? Wall. Here we go. I'm gonna play around with these a little bit here. That actually works. Actually, I like it. That works. I like it. We'll do something like this because it's considered a block. It's just not as huge. just to kind of cover them up, just in case we warp in and all of a sudden we do get shot at. It doesn't instantly take out something important. Except for the warp drive. Warp drive is going to have to be something we're going to have to just deal with. And we're going to have like we're going to have the door on the top again. Oh. Yeah, and probably gonna put the drills down here somewhere. Because we're gonna be mining asteroids with this thing. You can access cargo from the team menu if you aren't processing ore right there in the... It might be better just to cover up the harvest box. Yeah, that's true. Got a fridge, which we'll put right here. Why? Because we can. Because this is where we're going to be. We're going to be inside of this thing while we're working. I feel like I'm gonna need to put a ventilation block right here. There we go. A ventilation block right there. Because this one I'm gonna try and actually have it have oxygen in the cockpit. Because we might be out there for a long time. Have that kind of there. Where is it? There it is. Ventilation block. Mining vessels are not supposed to look pretty, they're supposed to look functional. That's what a mining vessel really is. Meant to be purely function. Pure function. Ventilation block. We can put an atmosphere inside of this. Lights on this thing. So that when it's being used, we can see. I want to put it up or down. I have a CV called the Short Bus. That's all it is. It's a room where you can stand inside and control your drone outside. Ah, nice. That works. Hey, it works. Okay. Now we'll do something. Oh, that's because the... Okay, that's why. I was wondering, just like, why isn't it working? Oh, now I know why. Oh, let's put it, like, right here. Put those spotlights on either side like this. Because there's going to be a bunch of drills in the front, so... Do something like... We'll just... protect a little bit, but that. Fun fact, spotlights shine through other blocks, allowing you to put them pretty much anywhere and they still work. Oh, really? Okay, that's cool. Okay, we need a door. We need a door now. Door. We need an armored door. Apparently we already had all the parts for that. That was cool. Now we need to get a bunch of these made. Make a bunch of crystals, and then we have to make a bunch of fuel so that this ship can make it to the asteroid field. And then once we get there, we're gonna have to mine the first amount of stuff that we need by hand, and then from there we'll come back, make the turrets, and then go and mine in bulk. Yeah, that kind of door. There we go. That works. Because unfortunately we just don't have the materials to make the turrets right away. We're gonna have to go with, you know, just getting there without having to jump our giant capital ship with us. Finished here. Wee bit expensive, yeah. Manage all into there. Yeah, that just filled out the entirety of that one. So let's check to see how much. 40 AU. Yeah. That's our warp drive tank for our larger capital ship. So that's 40 right now. I think the maximum amount that a warp tank can have. What's the max range for 40, right? $64, okay. That's the most it can. So that would be like 64 light years. One crystal is 1 light year. Is that how it goes in this game? Turrets. We have no turrets on this. Oxygen, yes. Power, no. I think that's how the conversion goes. Like 1 crystal means 1 light year. We're gonna need a total of 20 around there. I think it's like 20 or 25. We'll make it there. So we need 25 crystals to make it back. Ugh. And that's from. Let's just make sure. Okay, yeah. 12.7. And that's 20, yeah, 26.2. Long ago I had a CV that was just a ring. I'd park around an asteroid so I could chew it away from any angle. On without using fuel to move around, and without having to leave my seat. Had friends park SVs all over it for easy transport. Slowest ship in history, a top speed of 7.4. Oh man. Okay, so this is 26.2. So we need 27 for that jump. 12 for that. Then you got the station over here, which is the last place we'll go. The last place we'll go is this station. And check out that. Even if we die. So if we live or die, this will, when we get here, we go to this place, it will be the end of this run. Just so we can see if that thing is hostile or not. Okay, so Helios 12.7. 13. That's 40. That's going to be 40 crystals. But we need a total of 80 at least. We need a total of 80 crystals at least. Okay. have to make more. More crystals. Do we have enough crystals? Yes, we do. We have more than enough crystals. Wait for that fuel to finish. Inch. Fuel. Sent. We could probably take some fuel from the my other vehicles, but you never know when you need that fuel to be available. It's not much of an emergency right now. Don't forget to breathe. Yep. Yeah, we have oxygen. We have a lot of oxygen. Yeah. We got a couple of oxygen available for us. Well, excuse me. There we go. That works. 100%. Doesn't take much to fill that. Oh. Drop it off. Don't need the armored. Leave the biofuel with us. Drop one of our oxygen containers here. Yeah, I think the balance changes to O2. Yeah. Wait. Plus, with our the amount of oxygen we have in our spacesuit will give us even more time. It used to be incredibly tedious making thousands of large O2 bottles all the time. Yeah, I could see that being a long process. But yeah, this thing is not going to be as expensive as our large capital ship here. But in the future, this is how I built this one. How I built this one is how I'm going to build all my other capital ships on the next playthrough. It's just find out what parts we need for whatever task we want to have, that we want to do, and then we just build it with all the parts on there, and then we build around those components. It is going to make our ships a lot more basic looking, but they're going to be more, you know, function over form. Later on, we'll start playing around with being a little bit more fancy, pushing the envelope of what these ships are really capable of. There we go. I am a little irradiated with all. Irritated? I'm a little, yeah. Fusion used to be hard to get to, but worth the effort, because then your protheum is only for ammunition after that. Yeah, I could see that being irritating, especially if you're on a multiplayer server. If you're on a multiplayer server, then there's only so much fuel available for everybody. I could see that being irritating. It's not a big huge issue when it's single player. If you're on single player, I mean, all that fuel is just kind of waiting out there for you. You just have to go and get it. But yeah, if you're on multiplayer, you're all just fighting over the few resources available. Gonna make more Lego bricks in space? Eventually. Eventually. Absolutely. Oh yeah, we do have to make a... We do have to make the space station too. That'll be what we'll do next. We'll start building a space station and see if we can... We'll make a small space station and we'll put solar panels on it and see if that actually works. I'm going to say yes, it will work, but we won't know for sure until we actually do it and see that it's making unlimited power. Unlimited power. They'll make having main space station bases viable. But you could just make generators. Well, that works too. But if you could just put solar panels on the side of a base in space, that works. Found out today there's a limit of 15 panels connected to the same core. Really? Solar panels? 15, huh? That would mean that those solar panels would pretty much just be used for maintaining a for maintaining an oxygen environment. So, life support, lighting, and maybe like a couple of constructors and a farm. And then everything else would be turned off if you had a large enough base. But I wonder how big that base would have to be for 15 panels. How much stuff would have to be running at the same time for those 15 solar panels to not be able to keep the place running? One constructor taxes it out? Really? One constructor. Advanced or just basic constructor? Basic. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, it would have to be. Yeah. Wonder if it could be done in space though. If you make it to where you have enough capacitors. If you have an entire part of your space station dedicated with just capacitors, can those solar panels, if you give them enough time, can they fill all those capacitors up to where you could use the constructors and not have to be... Good work. Because the capacitors are just giant batteries for the solar panels. You would just have to give enough time for them to charge. Still all 99%. Good? Okay, we're good. Yeah, solar panels would be easily exploitable. According to PvPers, who only offline raid, don't like conflict, and want everyone to have to come to them so they don't have to go out hunting. Yeah. Okay, so we're good with that. We'll just let that make a bunch of crystals because we need enough crystals to be able to make it there and back. Okay. Rust players. Yeah, right? Yeah. People, yeah. I've heard stories about Rust. I haven't played Rust myself, but eventually I will. But I've heard that Rust players on a server, a PvP server, they're kind of they wait until you leave and then they take all your stuff. Let's see here. Grab. And I think we still got water on here. Yes, we do. Burger. Oh. But I'm starting to get an idea of a process. A process of really, when I start my next playthrough, where I should focus first, just to get myself past the early game. Not really into PvP, but they tend to not know that PvP doesn't stand for player versus wall. See, they on the PvP server, they don't play against players, they play against objects. It should be PvO. They play PvO. Player versus object. Here, eat you, there we go. $80 crystals, sweet. Off. Okay. Open you up. F to pilot. Okay, that camera positioning is not good. Move that back so we can see the entirety of the ship. Okay. Turn on main power.
Performing now.
There's our movement. There's our ability to spin. There's our spotlights. Okay, so we have a fridge. We don't have any... We don't have the ability to fly around, but this thing is going to be mostly in space anyway, but it seems to be working, which is good. Maneuverability is the key to this thing. It's kind of long. It's more like a space truck. The dev up here is experienced with how dumb paradigm is. He's already implemented 5 different kinds of offline raid protection. Yeah, I've seen a couple of those things where it's like the offline turrets. I don't think they require power to run. Maybe they do. That just looks cool. Check the oxygen environment. Oxygen, yes we do, good. No, can't show structural integrity. Got oxygen in here. Okay, off we go. That just looks weird and awesome at the same time. Here we go. Camera, there we go. Okay. I think we are ready for our very first trip. So the map here. So we have to go here first because I can't do a direct line to there. So we're gonna have to go here first and then go there. They do require power, but it's about the same as a gravity generator. If they didn't require power, it would force admins to clean up spam. But because they eventually run out of power, they can be cleaned up by players after a reasonable amount of time. Okay, so if someone is offline long enough, those things will drain the power in their fuel reserves, and then the station would go completely dark, and then they would go in and take what they wanted, which would mean you'd have to constantly be showing up. That's probably why solar panels kind of suck. Yeah, I can see. Punch it.
Jumping to light speed.
We got crystals. This is our first trip to an asteroid field. This will give us information of like how an asteroid field works. Is there anything hostile there? If there is, we'd have to prepare for it. Go. Sector map. 26. Target. 26 AU to get there. check our... We got 51. Actually, I'm just gonna... this way we can see out of 64 how much power that requires. Okay. Up to speed. I was jumped down by a patrol CV that launched a bunch of drones, so apparently that's a thing. Oh, wow. Punch it.
Frameshift drive engaging.
Very first trip to an asteroid belt here. And here we are. Okay. Just so that 26, so 41% left. It's actually not bad. It's not as much as I was expecting it to have to use. Fill it. Here's an asteroid field. Let's see what we can get our hands on while we're here. Now, how are we going to do? How are we going to know what can be mined from what? Can you place more than one jump to... Nope, only one. One per vessel. Currently going in here. Doesn't seem to be any indication of what can be picked up here. Oh shoot, there is something hostile in here. Okay. We'll have to put a turret. We'll have to put a turret or two onto our ship here. Everything can be mined, but mostly just rock. Things that aren't rock appear as deposits on... Okay, so they appear as deposits. If we're close enough. You might need that new detector thing. Yeah. Okay. So we got the map here. Detector, put that in their inventory, or scanner. I think they have to be on the hotbar to work. Not exactly sure. Apparently asteroid fields work much different. Much more different. Let that stop then. Okay. Checking power, 97%, that's not bad. Beat. Back on. You need your drill equipped for them to work. Okay. I'm gonna go to the nearest asteroid here. See here. I feel like this has got to have something. One of the larger asteroids here. Cannot dig here. Okay. Probably could. I've got enough oxygen and the ability to thrust, so not that big of a deal. go. Piloting here. Maybe it has to be the smaller rocks. Maybe I have to go for the smaller rocks first. B. Boat. That's actually too far away. Yeah, far away. It looks a lot closer. Roids with, okay. Asteroids with stuff in them have colored spots. I've never seen what the raw materials look like. Do that. Out. Object. Oh. Okay, I can't mine that. Kind of getting no bueno right now. Not seeing anything. Yellow, Astrium is green, manganese is brown, cobalt is blue, iron is dark blue, silicon is white with black spots, bright blue and glowing. You say roids, I think of something completely different than asteroids. Yeah. You'll find me doing a lot of simplifying of words, kind of what I do. I make shorter versions of everything. I'm not finding any of these with anything on them. Know your roids, children. Know your roids. Does not look like... Doesn't look like we're detecting anything. I don't know if there's like a capital ship detector we can build and attach to this thing. Makes you sound like a space proctologist. Okay. At least go deeper in here. Maybe we'll be lucky and we'll detect something. There is something. There's a ship in here. When the developer made an advertisement field, he generally find gonna find a clearing with one goofy potato-shaped asteroid, or go about 20 degrees of the belt, either up or down. You'll find a few. Oh, okay. Sadly, I'm not. Sadly, I'm not getting any of these asteroids to give up the ghost here. But some of these larger asteroids are giving me the warning of, you can't mine this. So it makes me feel like I need to have a drill attached first, and I can't do it by hand. Kind of also trying to keep asteroids in between me and whatever that ship was I saw. They can be built on, yeah. We got that hostile ship out there. We don't exactly have an answer to. It doesn't look like they're... Doesn't look like they're mineable. Which, yeah, at this point in time, it's, you know, if you're not able to mine anything here, there's no point of coming out here. Okay. Oh, wait. That one looks interesting. I saw that one. It kind of disappeared. It was glowing green. Wait. Probably hostile ships. Copper asteroid. Okay, there are some. Copper is green and red. Okay, that's what it looks like. Okay. So, ooh. We need to find more like those. Kind of just drift a little bit. The only reason I even noticed that one is because it showed up as with an icon a little bit. Okay. Yeah, Proteum is obviously glowing blue. Yeah. Definitely. Okay, so we found one way out here. Trading station. Trading station in there. Administration trading. Gonna kind of float around here. See if we can find some asteroids. I'm surprised that we didn't find any inside the asteroid field. That one was kind of just out on its lonesome. Remember cannon turrets? Yeah, I put cannon turrets on our combat vessel. It's got 4 of them. Okay, maybe this one. We're just looking for ore that we have not found on other planets yet. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, that one's just kind of out here by its lonesome with nothing. Man, what I wouldn't do for like a large scanning capability to where you could just sit there and post this thing up on top of it, and you use it like a turret, and it just scans the area around you. Plus that copper asteroid had to be like, we had to like be right on top of it. Which is kind of annoying. Okay. I was about to leave, but as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, they are around. It's just they're kind of annoying to find. Scanning antenna thing. The antenna, the detector is only a hovercraft item. You can only put it on hovercraft. You can't put. I haven't seen any that go onto TVs on capital ships. There's a one for a base too, isn't there? Not that I've seen. Yeah, I probably could put that into as feedback. Probably do that tonight. Because these asteroid fields would be a lot more. You'd be a lot more effective to go through the asteroid fields if you're able to scan your surroundings. Droid plasma. Yeah, I see you. He's gonna start shooting at me. I'm not finding anything else. Yeah, apparently I'm moving fast enough to where the shots can't impact. That's good. It is following me a little bit. There we go. Got out of range. See if we can do a flyby of the trading hub. That's in the center here. Still no other asteroids other than just that copper one. Which is a shame. Going straight for it. Straight for it. Be right on top of it. Might be that one. Yeah, that's probably it. We're going straight down into the center of this thing too, so. Trading station. That looks like a proper base station, don't it? Go check this out. Didn't find anything on the way here though. We're doing the fuel 96. That's fine. Check this station out. Yeah, it's got gravity and oxygen. Looks like the ISS. You'd figure private enterprise would be much more luxurious parking lots, right? Thank you for the free oxygen. Dock 2. We got a constructor. Repair station. Nice. Garden, 6 bay, teleporter. Rating. Rating is down. No oxygen. How you doing? What you got? Energy pills, projectile pistol. Crew? I could put crew. I could buy crew. That's sweet. They're all just kind of hanging out. Cannot access. Other faction. Okay, these are locked. I can't take all that stuff. That's unfortunate. Okay, they've locked everything on this one. Can't open. I can't raid this place. Armor locker. Oxygen, no. Yeah, I can't open these. I wonder if the crew comes in multiplayer. It's decorative. Yeah. Fuel tanks. Lots of fuel tanks. Holy crap. Okay, things are spawning in. Market cafe. Grilled, nice. Place is fancy. Bunch of aliens all over the place. Crew is just another station that doesn't do anything. I'm a person with a person or alien looking busy. Teleporter, not active. Okay, so this confirms that the developers do plan on adding teleporters to the game. They're just not functional. That's going to be awesome, because then you could have a space base and a base on a surface, and then you could just teleport in between the two. That sounds sweet. Not active. I look forward to that. That's going to make things a lot simpler. Got bullets, heavy armor, so you can just buy yourself something. I'm just seeing if there's anything in terms of drill charge, gold, neodyne. See if I can buy this stuff. It doesn't look like I can buy anything. There are 3 types of teleporters currently in the game, but until there's a way for players to construct them, he doesn't want to call them finished. Right, yeah. But it is nice that that option is going to be, a thing. Bandages, spice, convey moss, scrapping. Yeah, admins, yeah. Deposits. Phone chamber. First aid. Give me the first in aids. I demand the first in aids. Okay, this is cool. I like the look of the space stations. They look nice. I do like the look. Back to our ship. Apparently I can't buy any of it. That's unfortunate. Oh, wait, what's this? Hello, you. What are you? Oh. Sleeping quarters. Not access. Gotcha. Oh, that's cool. You need credits to buy stuff. You need to sell them to get credits. Yeah. Yeah. I was just checking to see if they even had... Oh, boy, dude. What's that? Cannot access other faction. Can't get up there. We were dock 3. To get gold coins, you need to make POD rating CV pretty much a wall with cannons on it. There'll be gold bars and coins all over the place. Yeah, we did some rating. We did a little bit of rating on some points of interest yesterday. Well, not yesterday, last stream. Apparently I could just park it right there. Okay, back in our ship here. Okay, that's cool. I like the look of the space station. It's really, really sweet. That giant's... No, this is a... Oh, this is a place to park. We can't park because we have no landing gear. That's cool. That looks awesome. Okay. Have you tried painting my vessel? I've painted a vessel, but I haven't gone completely nuts with painting. I haven't done a lot of painting or texturing, mostly because a lot of my designs are not final. Once I come up with a ship design that I am happy with, and I go, yeah, I'm gonna save this blueprint and, you know, use this for later playthroughs, then I'll save it and paint it and texture it and make it all look nice. But a lot of the designs I've been making have been just kind of temporary, thrown together kind of stuff. Okay, the map here. Let's get out of here. Doesn't seem to be much here, right? Ooh. We did discover something new, though. What? Is there more planets? We have to discover the planets? Have you had a look through the blueprints? People on the stream create absolute masterpieces. Yeah, I've looked onto them, but I'm mostly... We've discovered new things. How do I get to there? Lock that target. Let's go there. But I'm mostly wanting to just make all of my designs. Punch it.
Quantum leap engaged.
He's still on the honeymoon stage. He wants to do everything himself. Yeah, I'll start doing everything myself. Yeah, I want to figure things out for myself. Vex, Moon, Vex. I think this might be the where we have to go. E, manage, fill her up. Nope. We'll have to, once we get here, then we're gonna have to go back. Check this. We have gotten, oh wait, there's information. PvP. Ooh. Iron. Resources, asteroids in orbit. Okay, we have to land on, we have to get on the surface first. We're kind of just exploring right now. Yeah, let's go here first. I'm not quite sure if we have enough power. Yeah, I think we do. I think we have enough power. Typically, nerds like us discover the amazing beauty of Steam Workshop about 2 weeks in, you know, after we've realized how tedious gathering the crap is, but before we succumb to complete creative mode. Yeah, I hear ya. I'm kind of one of those people that, I mean, if I run out of ideas and I need something like now, I'll get a blueprint, but for the most part, I still find enjoyment in just making it myself. I've got a background as a graphic designer, so I prefer making it myself. There's just something dirty for me just taking someone else's design. It makes people think that I have skill when I have none when I'm playing this game, you know? Like, did you make that? And if I took it from off the workshop, like, oh. No, I didn't. Workshop isn't so much for people like you, Dave. It's for people like me, probably Dragon. No. Yeah. I could see a lot of people doing a lot of, you know, really cool ships, and then uploading them. Okay. Deep water. So this one is an interesting planet. Looks to be mostly ocean. And we just lost everything. It's trying to load things in, but not doing well. Okay, we got wreckage there. not that way. Okay, I'm not exactly supposed to be on in an atmosphere with this thing. This ship isn't exactly designed for it. So we're gonna be here very shortly. We're not gonna be spending much time here. This thing is supposed to be in zero-G environment, designed to be that way, but as long as we try to keep ourselves from landing, that'll be great. Target Atlantis, the city of Atlantis. It's a CV on there. Happen on there. 3 dozen categories. Sci-fi, like BSG, for example. Really? That's cool. This is a weird planet. Yeah. Iron deposit. Yeah, let's make a quick look here. Meteorites. Okay, yeah. So this is the planet we're gonna have to go to. Opportunity, wreckage. Okay. Okay, we found a source. We just have to find our first deposit. That moon is evil looking. That is an evil looking moon right there. One who makes ships based on Star Wars. Then I take his designs and make them actually worth having on my spawn list. Yeah, I saw a Millennium Falcon in the workshop. I was looking at it. It's a pack of 3 or 4 ships. So I thought it was pretty awesome. Okay, there's one deposit. It's currently being guarded. Go this way a little bit. Polar snow. Okay, we've got our 2 deposits we need. Let's get out of here. We'll head back. We'll do a little bit of a redesign on the ship a little bit so that it can land on a surface and, you know, be able to take off reliably. But we found a source. It wasn't the asteroid field like I was expecting, but it was close. It was actually this planet. Check out the moon first. And if that's the case, we might actually bring the capital ship here. If that's the case, we might actually bring the capital ship here and make this another base of operations to be able to make all the endgame gear. Where is it? There it is. Go down. Let's go to this moon. Turn it off. Go to the moon here. How are we doing on fuel? We're doing fine on fuel. We can still get ourselves back out of here. We don't have any turrets. Turn that off. And second tier materials. Yeah, that's pretty convenient. Yeah. Apparently got a ship, evil ship behind us. Yeah, we're gonna have to put maybe a turret or 2. One on the top, one on the bottom. Just so that we can be able to land on this planet. And be able to mine some stuff. Did discovering this open up anything? Why can't I just go straight to this? I mean, why? Why does it have to be... There's another one. I'm discovering more planets. This is awesome. There's more than just a couple of those. So there's nothing beyond this one, unless we go to the new station. We have to go to both of these stations. Okay, so we have to go to locations and it will allow us to. Apparently there's more to this scenario than I'm expecting. It's beyond just 4 planets. Go onto the surface of this one. This is a wonderful moon of Nope. Okay. Down to the surface a little bit. What we got? Iron, silicon, cobalt, promethium, magnesium. Okay. This is what the moon has. Got all the base materials. I need to get back into making scenarios now that everything is improving so fast. I want to make a starter world that has been devastated by nuclear war. Instead of trees, it's got wrecks literally everywhere. With the occasional drone factory to raid. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. One patrol ship full of plots with no actual defense because Wally World. That would be sweet. Yeah, I'd like that. Okay, so we've been to both of these planets, seen everything that's here. We are definitely going to have to stock up on a ton of yeah, we're going to have to stock up on a ton of crystal in order to warp around to be able to get to all these places. But sake of not being able to get back, let's actually just start heading back to our capital ship, to where all of our stuff is. Jump. Punch it.
Hyperspace jump engaging.
There we go. Here. Falls over here. That target. Rotate. Where's it? There it is. Okay. Moons used to have low fields of you could collect every hour or so. Really? Activate jump drive.
Jumping.
That'd be cool, but I could see why they probably took that out. Okay, we're back here. Let's check here. Fill all. Oh wow, 36. Round. Get ourselves back to our mainstay and start making a whole bunch of crystals so we can jump around and get materials. They're still in all the water plants? Really? Punch it.
Frameshift drive engaging.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to make a ton of crystals to be able to make it there and back. And we're also going to have to make some turrets so we can defend ourselves while we're trying to get our very first collection of that stuff. Okay, we're back here. Park it right next to our other ship. Turn off main power.
Executing now.
Okay. Okay, so we got combat CV and we got a mining CV. Both named the same right now. Bunch of crystals here. Make 80 of them. That'll make 160 crystals. We're gonna have to make turrets to defend ourselves a little bit. We're gonna have to make landing gear so we can land our EV here. We need a couple of extra thrusters in order to be able to get ourselves off planet reliably. Probably go with one. So, because our other ship has 3 on the bottom, so we'll go with 3 on the bottom of this one. I wonder if you stack like 50 gravity generators in a line, link them to a motion sensor, could you make a stellar slingshot? I don't know. Would it break the game? That's the question, huh? Probably good. The question is, the real question with that kind of design is, how would you stop? Because in space, there would in space, unless you have, you know, there's like nothing to stop you really, unless you impact with something, which, you know, in real life that would destroy you. Unless you can accurately line them up, one gravity generator versus another gravity slingshot versus another. So you get one and it launches you off, and then you impact the field of the other and it slows you down. But that would require a lot of extreme precision to do that. Need turrets. Cannon turrets. You only need 2. Put a minigun turret. Why not? That way it will be up on the top, and if drones come by... Actually, you know what? Yeah. Cannons will be fine. It's not like they miss when it comes to... It's not like they miss. Fine. Probably have to drop the fuel packs onto the EV while we're there. But yeah, we're preparing for a trip out there so that we can afford to make our first drill turrets. Which means having to land, drill by hand, and then take off. 16. I think that's enough to be able to get there and back. Maybe do a bit exploring while we're out there. Also check our oxygen, see how much oxygen we've burnt through. Probably not much. And while we're waiting on these to get made, we'll be dropping the stuff onto our ship here. So let's see here. Only like here, there. Why not? Okay. That'll work. It works. Who cares? It works. Here. Wait, straight down. So we got 3 jets in order to be able to get us out of here. Here. That's one cannon turret. This will be the one. There'll be one on top. Have a good spot in. Yeah, we didn't exactly design this thing with this in mind, but okay. We need to be able to defend ourselves while we try and get our very first materials. So this might be like a temporary addition to this. Yeah, it'll be a temporary. Put in a spot that not gonna be too terribly in the way. Because they're kind of in the way of the thrusters by putting them right there. Right there might work. Oh, fuck it. Put it right there. It'll help keep the sides of the warp drive from getting hit. Because those things have a ton of it. So the cannons will get damaged well before the warp drive does. There we go. Plus, while I'm trying to get away, they can point backwards and shoot whatever's following us. Need 30 millimeters for the cannons. $40. Because it's 70 at a time, so. And well, that's going. Make sure our fuel hasn't. All, there we go. All, go. Oxygen. Pretty good. We'll fill. Fill. Manage. There we go. Kind of odd. There we go. Les bullets. We just jumped. Okay. Oh yeah, we need ammo crate on this thing too. Yeah. List just continues, don't it? Okay. Ammo crate. Small one. We don't need anything big. Just small one. Stop it. No. That. Okay. Actually put it inside the cockpit. It won't work. Ah! No! Let me in! I demand it. You're right. Nope. Okay. Ready for another trip out there. I have to eat something real quick. That's here. Plant protein. We need more plant protein. This is why we have a giant garden on our capital ship. Still waiting for the ability to dock capital ships to capital ships. But in fact, I might try that real quick just to make just to see if that's already a thing. While that's working, we'll know for sure by this capital ship. Main power on.
Confirmed.
Will it allow us? Nope. Doesn't look like it. But wait. No special sounds happening. Usually, if it's a valid docking procedure, it will say something. Nope. Oh, okay. Not possible yet. Because it would be pretty cool to have like one giant capital vessel that is designed to carry other capital vessels. Main power off.
Executing now.
Off. Here, le burger. We'll put the 2 burgers into our refrigerator that we got on board our mining vessel. I prefer burgers. They do have veggie burgers, but who would do such a thing? Make sure we have charges. We do. Drill charges for days. Board here. Back on board here. There. This here. Main power on.
Engaging.
We have turrets. We have landing gear. And we have a ton of crystal. Tons of warp crystal. Too bad we can't go right to it. You notice that? How close we are? Why can't we do this? I mean, our light vessel could make it. Our small vessel with the warp drive could make it. The Wasp could easily make that jump. But we have to go the long way. Oh well. Lock target. Auto brake. Get up to speed. Punch it.
Quantum leap engaged.
And go to the map. Cells to the asteroid field. Activate jump drive.
Punch it.
Here. Then we go to this place, which again you can see the warp trails. It completely goes past this one, and we have to go this way and then that way. That's very inefficient, really, when it comes to the warp. When it comes to warp directions. Yep. You target. Activate jump drive.
Frameshift activated.
I just like the voice commands. I know it's like a lot easier when you can just, you know, press the K button, but where's the fun in that? Okay, so we got 3 jets pointed down so we can lift off. We can land and take off. Again, not how this ship was designed to work, but it was designed to be able to get this this particular, I want to say tier 3 ore material from asteroids, but this is just going to have to do. What are we doing on power? Still 100%. Wow, that took all of our crystal. There we go. Yeah. So the amount of crystal we currently have in there, that's going to require that. We're going to need all of that to get back, unless we find a bunch of crystal on the surface. But then we'd have to. We don't have a constructor to be able to make all of it. But it's fine. We have enough. We'll make it. It'll be fine. Don't panic. I'm not panicking. You panicking? I'm not panicking. How are we doing on power? Current output, current consumption, 121 kilowatt. Holy crap, this thing is a... It doesn't use a lot of power, does it? At least when it's drifting. When it's drifting like this, it's not using a lot of power. Okay, so we need to find deposits for both of the 2 ores we need. For both the ores that we require in order to be able to make the better turrets. Oh shit. It's gonna start shooting at random things. Okay, E, where is it? Devices, auto group, yes. Turrets, predators, spider group, turn off. Up, trying to shoot every single. Where's the deposit? Large. Trying to shoot aliens. Stop using up my bullets. Oh, that's no good. What the heck are you? Gonna use up all my bullets, isn't it? Okay. Turrets. Aliens. Turn off! I can do that with my own rifle, thank you very much. You don't have to do that for me. I need you for much more important things. Ow. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, there is something shooting me. Okay, never mind. I stand corrected. Okay, never mind. I was about to say, no, there is something down there shooting back at me. Got a group. Guess we'll just let that kind of go. I feel like I've designed another ship that it's not easy to get in and out of. Crap. I'm gonna have to figure out how to. Hitting something. Okay. We're learning a whole bunch of things about this planet. We've got some interesting things we're gonna have to figure out about this ship. Like trying to get on and off of this thing. Again, this thing was not designed to not designed to land. I'll just have to do this in such a fashion to where I can just drill, you know, use the drone. Okay. That's something I'll have to do in a later design. Just figure out getting in and out. Oh wait, wrong way. Ground drill. Apparently higher tier ores seem to be in this clustered form. Kind of interesting. They don't seem to come in the form that like iron and stuff like that is. Probably make a seat. I wonder if that would work. I'm thinking about making a CV that's designed to go vertical. So having all the drills pointing down and then just landing on top of a deposit, having it drill down and then lifting back up. Almost like a sky crane kind of design. Okay, that's 206. Pretty good. Maybe that'll work. Design would. I think that would be functional. I'm not quite sure if the drills are locked into only being forward. But it would be pretty cool to have it to where it allowing gravity to pull us down while we're drilling, and then we'll have jets to just push us back up, and then move on to the next one. Drill, and then up. Might work. Need just enough. 90%. I'll have to try that later. Play around with a vertical drill design. But once we get ourselves the ability to make those drills, okay, there we go. How are we doing? 620. I'm not quite sure how many ingots this each ore will make. What the conversion is. I'm gonna go with around 700, 800. We're good. We can always come back for that later. Map. That's cobalt. I'll have to fly around and try and find this other ore we need. Not a lot of promethium on this planet, so fuel is just not a thing. And we can lift off pretty easily. Good. I'm gonna turn those turrets off only when I am landing. Yeah, there's no point of having those things turned on unless I'm planning on landing here. Not quite sure if these things are hostile. Oh yeah, those things are probably definitely hostile. Someone is trying to call me right now. This. Check our fuel. Fuel's fine. This. Okay. Okay, it is that kind of deposit. Okay. Medium deposit. See the deposit right there. Drill down. Oh yeah, that's way better. I can see that way better. Our turrets are kind of just shooting random things right now. But that's fine. If we run out of ammunition right now, that's fine, because we only came for a little bit of each. Not exactly going to be here very long anyway. Temporary stay. But to be able to make a base onto this planet, turrets at all times is definitely going to be. If we wanted to build a base on this planet, we'd have to think defensively a lot. Nope. Right there. Nope. 200 and some odd. None above us. Load. Here. Apparently the most we've gotten out of this one is 200. Not like the others where it's like 300 for the larger clusters here. Camera just kind of went out of focus for a little bit there. Weird. $95. Wow. Yeah, this stuff doesn't drop much. This is some very rare material. Or at least low drop rate material. Yeah, I want to try and get at least around 700 of this stuff too before we leave, because I'm not exactly sure how many ingots or how much ore is going to be required per drill turret. Here, how we doing? 300 something. Turrets are still firing. There's a lot of nope on this planet. Lots of nope on the surface. Go. One more. Okay, one more after that one. Forgot there's a smaller one right behind this one. It's gonna be annoying. It'll be like, what? Come on. Come on. Let's do this. Cosme. Cosme, please. Nice. Yeah, this stuff. This, Dasconium. I want to pronounce it? Maybe. Possibly. Each cluster doesn't drop much. 200. This will be much more worth it when we make a planet crafting. We'll make a special mining vessel that's designed to take off and land. Not a hover vessel. Hover vessel's good for early game, but if we want to go into late game deposit mining, I think a CV is probably going to be our best bet. And design one that's for landing on the surface. The more I think about it, the more I'm liking the design idea. We just need to figure out if it's possible. That's even a design option. $800. Perfect. Get out of here. Let's get out of here. Okay, so we got around 800 of each. We'll head back. We'll start working with it. Start making the turrets for the front of this thing. Also see if there's a limit to the number of drills we can put onto one PV. Off. Keep it at main power, and then we're gonna head all the way back. These warp lines are kind of frustrating, but oh well. Activate jump drive.
Jumping to light speed.
Okay. Map. Here. Wonder if I have to be moving at speed towards it. Activate jump drive.
Jumping.
No, I don't. Okay. That's good. As long as I have more forward momentum at max speed, I can jump. Activate jump drive. Activate jump drive.
Engaging warp drive.
There we go. Here. Drop off what we have and start making the drill turrets for this vessel. There's also we'll also have to probably build a exploration CV, the one that's designed to just explore. So we'll make it just kind of like extremely lightweight. Because unfortunately a small vessel won't be able to make it to some of the further away locations. Turn off main power. Turn off main power. Turn off main power.
Executing now.
This. Jet on? No, it's not. How much? Okay, it didn't blow through all of our bullets. That's good. Go over to. Oh, no, we didn't use this ship yet. We didn't use that ship. The drill, we used our own hand drill. Okay. Drop. Okay, let's see here. Yes, now we can make the drill turrets. So what's the maximum amount? 4. We can make a maximum of 4 drill turrets. Start out with 2. And while that's being constructed, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. And we'll play around with these drill turrets and see what we can do with them. And we also have to probably make ourselves a 4 turret drill. We want to see what the max range, how big of a hole each one makes. And then we could position them in such a fashion to where we could have it like on 4 corners and drill down. So anyway, I'll be right back. Okay. Much better. Okay. Drill turret. Current range 80 meters. Max range 80 meters. Rotation speed DS. Digs per second? I'm guessing that's maybe. 100. Check out how big this thing is. Holy crap. Okay. Yeah, it's big. I'm expecting it to be. It's big. Okay, so I think probably don't need those anymore. Not gonna be exactly landing anymore. Do that. That's one drill. Not quite sure how big the drill radius on this thing is, so I'm just kind of guessing here. But what we'll do is we'll probably have to go down to a moon. Probably go over to the moon that's right next to us, and just kind of point straight down and just drill, and see what it looks like. And see how much radius just one drill has, and then we can figure out placement later here. So we'll just put the one drill on here and see how that works. Activate main power. Turn on main power.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The reason I'm doing this is because the gravity on the moon is a lot less than on one of the atmosphere planets. So this will allow us with two jets to be able to kind of just nose straight down, drill, and pick up and keep going. How much radius? This is our very first, I want to say, end game turret, end game drill. So hopefully I'm hoping that it's a fairly large hole that it creates. That's what I'm hoping for. Hoping that the size of this hole is pretty massive, because then I could make a CV that's designed to just to drill out entire deposits in one go, where I just kind of let gravity take over and just have that thing just sink, and then just take off. Because that would be a very extremely efficient way of just getting materials. You just park right on top of it, then on top of it, just drill down. Off you go. And that's without a drill, without an auto miner. An auto miner would probably be the most efficient way of drilling these things out. But we haven't come across a single drill core, so we're going to have to come up with designs that don't require the auto miner. Which I guess, in a way is kind of a good thing. It keeps us thinking about new ways of doing this. We're not actually going to be drilling for deposits. We're just going to be drilling for the sake of drilling. There's water underneath this. Do you see that? That was weird. Okay. Put the auto brake on, please. Okay. Let's see here. Well, it's just kind of point straight down. Apparently, it doesn't auto drill. Your devices, drill turret, access. Do not use this weapon or tool on planet. Okay. That sucks. Okay, that's not how it works. Can't use them. That's the case. Okay, if that's not the case, so can't do that. That design idea is blown out of the window. Maybe there. Let's see if there's a like a different mode. Is there a different mode? No, there's not. That idea doesn't work. Okay, so we'll go back into orbit, and we'll go to one of the asteroids that are located nearby. See what happens. Maybe this is the tool that requires to take out these. Unfortunately, it's not something we can actually select. There's no selection. So it's a turret in every sense of the word. This thing? See what happens. Maybe it's an automatic thing. Maybe it turns on automatically. Nope. Okay. Back up a little bit. Access. And now dig here. Okay. Anything? Asteroids, magnesium. Okay, we need to find a magnesium asteroid somewhere. Hollywood. Okay. Looking for a magnesium asteroid. Probably a smaller asteroid. Let's go into drifting.
Unacceptable.
What was that? What'd you say? Said unacceptable. It should at the very least allow us to be able to mine these asteroids. You know? Apparently these things are just designed to be here for looks. On that one. So far for the amount of materials, for the materials you have to go out and get for this turret seems to be very limited in its uses. Because if it's only allowing you to be able to break open asteroids that are considered deposits, which those kind of asteroids seem to be very few and far between. And the fact that you have to be right on top of the asteroid in order to find it. Also kind of... Wayne? Yeah, I think it would probably be beneficial for him to increase the... And for the developer to increase the chances of those kind of asteroids to be floating around. Because a lot of these asteroids are just kind of... They're... You know, you can't do anything with them. They're just kind of here. Let's see. Okay then. Until they increase the amount of drillable asteroids they put around, drilling CV just seems kind of like a waste of resource. You might as well just have a landing craft made with a hover mining vessel on board. So it just kind of shows up, lands, you drive the hovercraft off, it angles up, drills into the surface, gets at stuff, and then parks itself right back on board the CV. That might be the better option. I'm not finding anything around this planet. Yeah, I'm not finding. Okay. Yes, that's the case. You have to look into designing a special vehicle that's designed to land with a payload, mainly a hovercraft. Land, it undocks itself, does its mining. We come back, redock it, and then move on to the next planet. Essentially turn it into a flying semi-truck. You know how you see all the cars kind of loaded up on a trailer for a semi-truck? Kind of like this. That's the kind of idea I'm kind of come up with. Something like that, where it's designed to load up the HVs up on board, and each HV has like its own purpose. One for exploring, so it'd be really fast and light, and have like maybe like 1 or 2 light turrets on it. You go out, you find out where all the deposits are, you come back, you park it back up board, and then you go out with the mining HV, and you go through and just mine like crazy. That sounds like a good idea. So I'm thinking I'm probably gonna head back here. We're gonna head back here. We're gonna get into the housefly. We're gonna go down to the surface, and we'll go and play around with the HV. With that being the case, we'll go down in the HV, our mining vessel, and we're gonna position them in such a fashion to where it's a little bit more stable. Right now, how it's designed, the drill heads are so close together, and that makes a perfect circle. The problem with the perfect circle, when it comes to the mining, is that we keep on finding ourselves tipping them. It keeps on wanting to stay on, flush with the surface, but when you have a round hole like that, it keeps on wanting to rotate itself around and flip over. So, hey, Stone Feathers, how's it going? Stone Feather, how you going? Thank you for the 10 bits. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flatten out the drill heads so it drills out a flat surface. It's not going to be as tall, but it's going to be wide. And that way, when we go and drill,
it'll stay stable. That's what I'm gonna. Yeah, that's what. I'm trying to figure out mining in this game because being as efficient as possible when it comes to mining resources is a very important thing, because the more efficient you are when it comes to mining for resources, the bigger the ships and the bigger the stations you can make, because it's very easy to get yourself loaded up on a ton of materials and then just go to town with designing bigger and bigger ships, bigger and bigger stations, stuff like that. In fact, just for my own curiosity, it will take like a couple seconds and build ourselves. Takes everything, even stone, to be crafted into ores now. Yeah, for when it comes to ores, when it comes to the stone, the only type of ores that can be made are the basic ones. So copper, silicon, iron. It can't make the higher tier ones, sadly. As much as I would love to be able to just get myself a whole bunch of the top tier ores, that would be completely broken, because then you can go onto any planet, just dig anywhere, get yourself a whole bunch of crushed stone, and just make yourself all the ores you want. There would be like no point into going and getting all the other stuff. But turn off manpower. Turn off main power.
Performing now.
Yeah. Jet is on. Nope. Jet's on. But sadly, this thing doesn't really have much of a use right now. This drill, I mean, unless the developers of the game increase the number of floating asteroids that you can mine out in space, this is not exactly worth the price of making. But you can still sell basic ores. Yeah, that's true. You can sell them and get credits and be able to get better stuff. That's true. But yeah, this drill turret is just not worth it right now. Until they increase the amount of asteroids floating out in space, not worth it. Okay, let's see here. What I'm going to do real quick here is, just for curiosity's sake, I'm going to make myself... I'm going to make myself a quick solar panel setup here. Did I make ones already? Yes, I did. We're going to make ourselves quick solar panels to see if if solar panels on a space station actually work. Concrete, iron, concrete. Did I do this up in airtight? True, yeah. A floating concrete. That's going to be interesting. But for the sake of this thing, we're going to just try it and see if how much power and how much being produced. The mineable asteroids around planets kind of suck. Asteroid belt's where it's at. Yeah, we went to the asteroid belt before you got here, and we were having trouble trying to find the asteroids. We found one. It was made of copper. So it's just like, eh. But it might be just this scenario that we're having trouble with. Like this. Back. Like get. Solar panels. And a capacitor. Could be. Yeah. This. That. Okay, I'm going to do this first. I'm going to have one pointed towards the sun. I'm going to have another pointed away from the sun. So first, one towards the sun. Right here. Ground power.
Light signals turrets. Fast solar. It says it's producing power. You can see the lights all turned on. You said we, do you mean chat or you playing on a server? It's something I do. It's kind of, yeah, it's just something I do when I'm playing any game, especially on stream. Current output. Okay, it's not showing on the battery, but it is producing power. Current output, current consumption 5. Okay, so it does produce power, it's just not much. Yeah, it's just kind of something I do. Okay, so 1. That's 1. Let's do this. Because when it comes to, you know, playing this game, I'm kind of just discovering. And for some people, this is probably the first time they've seen this game, so we're all kind of figuring this out together. Okay. So the solar panels, you can see by the green and yellow, it is producing power. So these are producing a lot of power. Just how much? Question. Current output 217, and that's 3 solar panels. Yeah, I have 1 capacitor, and it's slowly increasing here. That's okay. That's fine. You didn't know. But yeah, we've got 1 capacitor here. Okay, so that's 3 pointed towards the sun. Now I'm going to take this apart, retrieve the blocks, and we're going to point them away. We're going to see if we have to be pointed toward the sun for these things. They do produce power, just very little. Let's put it on the other side of the... This is going to be pointed away. How are we doing? Okay, yeah, it has to be pointed towards the sun. That's producing absolutely none. Yeah, 0. Okay, so the solar panels have to be pointed towards the sun in order for them to work. Just to confirm. Now I'll do this. I'll put 1 on that side, and then I'll place this one pointed away. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that one's working. That one is not. Check here. Yeah, 72. 72 kilowatts per... Wow. 72 kilowatts per solar panel. Do I have any larger ones? Solar panel block. We got solar panels. Do we have anything larger than that? There's like 2 types of solar panels, so we'll try both of them. Solar panel small, okay. Placement of solar panels, daylight, weather. Try that one. These are the solar panel blocks. These are the small solar panels. Mass 200. Yeah, this is probably less than that. Maximum amount 15. Maximum amount 15. I wonder if these count as separate ones. You know what? Let's do that. Okay, we got. Let's make 10 of these. 11. And we'll make 14. Well, 15 of these. Let's do this. I'm gonna see if these are 2 separate restrictions, or is the game smart enough to know that they're both solar panels? But this is good. This means that solar panels on a space station is functional, which is good. Means that we can have passive power, a passive minimum amount of power on a space station. And that means that while we're gone, or while we're kind of dicking around while we're in a particular location, we could have a ton of capacitors. We could have an entire section of the space station completely dedicated to capacitors that these solar panels just dump into, and then we'll just have this gigantic battery of, section of battery life that we could just do things, and then we won't run out of power ever, unless we're like going completely nuts with our construction. But I think these capacitors can hold a certain amount of power. Fuel capacity 800. Yeah, so 800. So yeah, we'd have to have a ton of these things. But they're cheap. Relatively speaking, these things are cheap. I mean, this is, beginner power generation. But can you transfer power to another ship? That's a good question. I don't know. Because that would be awesome if you could have batteries, on capital ships and small vessels. If you have batteries that are designed to be backup power, that would be pretty sweet to basically have an electric, almost like an electric backup for being able to get on and off of planets should you run out of protheum fuel. We're making our last regular block solar panel, so we'll make a bunch of these and place our maximum amount of these, and then we'll put a maximum amount of the smaller solar panels. So we got 2 on here. Let's just kind of construct in one general direction here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just has to be, this is maximum amount of solar panels. Or orbit repair station that uses passive power with minimal life support. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. It's like having something that you could have out in a station to where you can be able to, have like a automated repair station somewhere out in space. Or this go. Pretty damn far. We can almost make the ISS, the International Space Station, with this kind of a design. Just go until it tells us we can't place anymore. Going until it tells us. Yeah, okay, we hit maximum. We've hit the maximum amount. Now? Ah, it does. Yeah, they consider all solar panels the same. So it's all solar panels. So it's not like we have 30 solar panels. Okay. How much power does this create? I wonder. Let's place it that way. That's 15 solar panels, all producing power. And it's power that will be pretty much always producing at all times. 1 megawatt. 1 megawatt. Yeah, that's kind of garbage. But, you know, it's free. It's essentially, for a space station, that's free power. one megawatt. But 1 megawatt is enough to run a gravity generator, an oxygen system, a couple of growing beds at all times. Maybe even a refrigerator. Yeah, refrigerator. Maybe a couple of turrets. But yeah, you'd have to turn off the majority of your systems while you're gone, but yeah. And the downside is that on a PvP server, these solar panels don't have a lot of health to them, so they're just kind of, they would guaranteed be the very first thing people would shoot. But it's functional. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, it's slowly generating power. You can see it power left, going up and up and up. Which, yeah, if you wanted to make it to where even if all the solar panels went out and you had enough power left over, you'd have to make a ton of battery. So you'd have to make a ton of capacitors. 800 power. We'll just kind of let this sit here and see how much power that is. 800 power. See how much power that is. How much time that would give you per battery. Well, it looks pretty impressive just from this angle, so pretty sweet. Have a whole bunch of those kind of on one side of your, pretty much pointed in a general direction, all lined up on one side of your base station. Please turn on main power. Turn on main power.
Initiating.
Okay, now we're gonna go down to the surface here. We're gonna go to our hover vessel and try and improve that design. But yeah, that's pretty sweet that the solar panels do work. They do work in space. And for beginning game life support and maybe a small constructor, you just make a ton of those capacitors, and just that will at least keep your base running at minimal power while you're gone. But yeah, those solar panels alone would be able to keep a very small farm growing while you're gone. The Protheum generators, though, are still way better. Having those generators is still way better option. It's a way better option. Okay, find our mining. Oh, we're right. This is the mining base, yeah. Let's go down here and try and improve the design of this thing, because it's just, when it's trying to drill, it's very unstable. It's a very unstable design right now. It would be nice if if you could charge batteries. Turn off main power.
As you wish.
Might as well drop these here while I'm here. Might as well drop these while I'm here. No, fuck it. I'm gonna do this. Rotate these a little bit like this. I think that will look kind of interesting. I don't think they have to be flat. Just be at whatever angle. That looks pretty. Because the sun goes up over there. These things are not making a lot of power, but oh well.
Greetings.
I didn't say anything, Verity. What are you talking about? Power is currently in the station right now. 48%. Not much. Not much. Granted, we haven't been here for very long. It only gathers power while we're here. But okay, let's see here. We have 6 heads available to us. Thinking probably we get rid of these bottom ones. Or we put these further out and down here. Do something like that. Do something like this. This might improve it, might not. Find out. What is this? In the end menu, isn't there a center of mass toggle to help with balancing? Yeah. And but unfortunately, when it comes to the end menu, it doesn't seem to connect to vehicles right now. So it won't show me the center of mass for a vehicle. It'll show me the center of mass for a base. Am I currently? Yep, currently connected. Base. Yeah, it won't show any. Connected base BA. Show center of mass. And center of mass for a base doesn't really matter. But it won't show you for a vehicle, sadly. Let's deconnect ourselves from this space too. Sun sighting. Yeah, let's see if this makes the bottom part of the tunnels flat. Turn on main power.
Affirmative.
We're gonna probably have to make these the bomb drill heads out further. I'm gonna need to keep the ones on the top just so that the top of this this vehicle can actually get in there. Plus, I don't think I need to go down to a actual. Let's just kind of drill anywhere. Yeah. Like, yeah, we have to go up. We have to go up to 3 meters. Angle down. Lock.
Engaging.
If it improves a little bit. Unlock.
Affirmative. Stand by.
Lock.
Yes, Commander.
And we're just gonna just slowly let us drift forward here. See if this improves the stability of this drill of the hovercraft.
I can already see it's a little bit better, but we're gonna have to make those side drills further out. Yeah, because the bottom, you can see the bottom of the tunnel is still very circular. Stop. Back up here. Back up, please. Unlock.
Affirmative.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I'm holding O right now, trying to get myself out here. Yeah, we're gonna have to make. Yeah, we're gonna definitely have to make these drills a lot further out. There we go. Yeah, it's still very circular. We're gonna have to go and get ourselves some blocks for these drills because we don't have the blocks to the steel blocks in order to make them wider. So okay. Go back down to 1 meter so that we can park this thing. Back up. Down to B here. Yeah, this particular bay has gotten a little cramped due to the extra equipment we put in on board here. Come on. Come on. Dock, please. Dock, please. Why are you not docking? Not wanting to dock. I don't know why. Oh. Dock, please. Fucking hell. Why you no dock? Why you no dock? I wanted to dock. Okay, well. Turn off main power. Turn off main power.
Yes, Commander.
Leave it here. Yeah, for some reason it's just not wanting. It was not wanting to dock. That's where our docking pad is. That's why I was trying to ram into the back of that thing, trying to get it to plug itself in. But oh well. Yeah, we need to make this thing a lot wider. Just so that those drills will give us a nice flat surface on the bottom. Make it nice and stable. Turn on main power.
As you wish.
Go up. I know I've got like somewhere around 80 blocks that we can play around with, so. Now we're just kind of fiddling around with it, trying to see if we can make it a little bit more stable. Just a little bit more stable. Doesn't have to be perfectly stable, just stable enough to where we don't have to worry about trying to hit the O button to kind of restabilize. Next, we're gonna have once we figure this out. Once we figure this out, then we're going to play around with a container ship, kind of a CV, that will allow us to load this kind of hovercraft on board, take it to another planet, have it drill for us, and then load back up on board. But we're slowly getting bits and parts of a really good single player tactic put in place, and a couple of designs that would work. Let's go on this side. Turn off main power.
Confirmed.
Okay. That does look impressive though. All those solar panels looks hell of impressive. Okay. We don't need you anymore. You off. Drop, drop, drop. Where are they? 52. That's perfect. More than enough. That's more than enough. Drop you off. You off. Forward, turn on main power. Turn on main power.
Initiate.
Yep. Oh. But the idea is having a bunch of having not exactly one ship that's multi-purpose, having several different specialized ships available to us that is that excels at doing one thing or another. And depending on what places we're going to be flying to and going and being on, we'll have to have like ships that can easily be upgraded depending on where they're going. Like what we did to that that CV that we put the mining drill on. We have a couple of turrets on it mounted that allows it to defend itself slightly, but it's not, you know, it's not exactly a ship that you'd want to go and, you know, assault a point of interest with, because it would easily be destroyed, because it's not exactly heavily armored. Once we figure out a good stable drill configuration, then we go into trying to improve it, make the weight distribution a lot better, like putting some of the weight blocks in the back so that it's not constantly dragging its nose along like it is right now. And then we'll figure out things like placement, where the engines need to be. In fact, we might find out that once we do this, it's still gonna kind of rotate, so we may have to make the hover engines wider. So we may have to, you know, widen its stance a little bit to keep it from wanting to keep rotating over. Once we kind of finalize placement of all the different blocks in this thing, then we'll start figuring out, okay, how big of a hangar is this thing going to need in order to park it inside of a base or on a CV, which will dictate the design of the CVs and the bases and all that kind of stuff. Stop. Prepare for landing.
Landing thrusters.
There we go. Turn off main power.
Yes, Commander.
There we go. Note to self: do not blow up the reactor of a ship when you are in said ship. Exactly. Bad things happen. We're going to make the stance of this thing, the drills, a little bit further apart. These 3 blocks out. See if that improves it. Okay. That's a lot wider on the bottom than the top. So, see if that helps a little bit. See if this also I'm just seeing if these blocks carry weights even slightly. Just adding like a couple blocks on the back to see if that works. See if that helps a little bit. Turn on main power.
As you wish.
Slightly wider now. Just slightly wider. Okay. That's the before. Just move over just slightly a little bit. Lock.
Initiating.
Oh yeah, that's a lot flatter. Oh, that's much flatter. Kind of funny that the engines are giving off light like that. Yay, night vision goggles. Yay. It's a little bit slower when it's drilling down. Which is fine. It means that our reach when it comes to getting stuff is a lot better. A little bit deeper, and then we will try get ourselves out. Yeah, how well it does. Yep. Our forward-facing thrusters are not really good, but so far so good. That's actually working out very nicely, actually. Okay, I'm gonna be down here, and I'm gonna unlock.
Initiating.
See if how flat. Okay, so we can get out as long as we keep the camera locked, but we also need to improve our forward facing thrusters are not good. That's probably one of our biggest problems, but we can get out fairly easier.
That's good. Let's turn off main power. Turn off main power.
Yes, Commander.
Stop. And then check this out. Lights. Regular spotlight. I'm just checking out to see how flat. It's fairly flat. It's more squarish now on the bottom. I'd say that's an improvement. Where's our? We don't have. Okay, we do have thrusters. They're like right there. I'm gonna need to put more thrusters on this. I'm gonna first try reposition them. Try to reposition them. Maybe they're being blocked, or we just don't have enough thrusting power on the front of this thing. That might be our biggest issue. I'll put them right there instead. Yeah, we may have to put more thrusting power on the front of the ship. And I destroyed that, didn't I? There. There. Better. Turn on main power.
Affirmative. Stand by.
Yeah, we need more thrusters. We need better thrusters in the front. So we can back out. Especially at severe angles, we're gonna need to be able to back out. Go up. Go park it in this way. Turn off main power.
As you wish.
But that bomb drill configuration's actually working out nice. Need more thrusters. Okay. That being the case, might be able to widen the stance a little bit. We're gonna have to put some blocks to let it go further out. And we need to make weight blocks to put in the back so that it's not so front heavy. So we need more thrusters and we need weight blocks. Turn on main power. Turn on main power.
As you wish.
Thank you. It's a design that's improving, which is great. I might be able to do that design I was thinking up earlier in the stream where it lets gravity drill down with the hover vessel. We just have to have downward facing thrusters in order to get us out of the hole that we create. We can use hover capability to allow it to move around. Which would work. Yeah, that would work. Also gonna have to come up with an RV. Probably call it an RV. An improvement upon our the Lego. Making something that is a mobile base. Because right now the mobile base we currently have is fairly it's not very, very efficient. That's why we haven't been doing a lot of driving it around. We've just kind of set in one spot. But we need something that's a little bit more fuel efficient so that we can use that as almost like an initial base when we go to a new planetary system.
So we use that to get to the new planetary system and use that as a jumping off point to be able to make a permanent base, you know, an actual space station, a mining colony, stuff like that. Where we'd have things like an advanced constructor on board, the ability, you know, enough fuel on board to be able to get us started in a location, the ability for it to defend itself should it need to, things like that. Prepare for docking. Prepare for landing.
Landing thrusters.
No. Turn off main power.
Yes, Commander.
Oh, turn on main power.
Affirmative.
I got out of that way too quickly. Turn off main power.
Affirmative.
I got out of the ship way too fast and it connected me to the capital ship. Okay, off to lunch for me. Have a good rest of the stream. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for hanging out. Tomorrow we're going to be playing this game in the morning because I didn't stream yesterday. So we're going to be playing it in the morning. And then at 1 o'clock we'll have our usual stream of Trucking Simulator. But that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Tomorrow in the morning. Okay, so what was doing? Oh yeah, that was like weight block. Hardened steel. All combat. Where's a weight block? Artificial mass block. Here we go. Add 3. Let's make 3 of them. This is what I need to make for the hovercraft, so that it will try and outdo the weight in the front here. That's here. Hey, repair bays. Hey, repair console. I'm gonna make that. Let's make that now. Repair bay tier 2. We don't need those yet. We don't have any landing decks on our capital ship to be able to justify having those things. We'd have to actually make something that things can land on. And it's only apparently it's only gonna repair small CVs and hovercrafts. So I'm gonna get this repair console made. Access console using either repair blocks or repair 2 template. Repair bay models. Okay. Gotta figure out how this thing works. Well, that's working though, but we're gonna go down to the surface and try to balance out the hovercraft a little bit. I'm worried about leaving this thing on and having it use up all of the power. Okay, fuel. Hold it. All right. Hydrogen balls. I wish I had hydrogen balls. We don't have a lot of water containers. You have purified water balls. Water container. Oh, okay. Water containers. We have water containers. Those are the ones that come from the those devices we have on the water's edge. Right. Holy crap, this thing is expensive. Holy moly, that thing is expensive. decided just to wait for it. Console, we're using either repair blocks or repair 2 templates. And repair bay model. So I'm guessing it connects with these. And repair damaged blocks and replace lost blocks for the repair console to work. Okay, so these are interconnected. Ah, okay. Repair bay 2. Actually, make 2 of them. We've got 2 small ships in our hangar. Might as well use them. Nearly done. Yeah, this thing works. Bring up the generator. Got the offline protection, which we don't need. We can make the better thruster blocks. Okay. We don't need to make the RCS for this large ship, but okay. How big are these? 3x3, 3x6x3, 2x4x2. I'm gonna make these. Make 2 of them. I just want to see how big these things are. I also want to see how big they are. We've got enough room on the back of our giant capital ship, so see what they look like. 3x3 is huge. 6. So its length is 6 blocks. Repair console. Excuse me. I wanted to do that. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll put this right here. You don't have a repair bay. Well, we're gonna make one. Let that just go. Because as soon as the reason I'm staying here is because as soon as we leave, it will stop working. Because when we get far enough, because of the recent update, if we get far enough away, it will unload the all the blocks here. Now I don't know if this thing is dependent on me being next to it, or if it's on a timer, and then if we leave and then come back, it will calculate how much time has gone by, and then it'll kind of like finish what should be finished in that amount of time. Which we may, once we get one of the repair blocks done, we'll actually, what we'll do is we'll actually leave, and then we'll come back and see if it's finished all of them, just to test that out. Yeah, that'll work. That sounds like a good idea. Let's see, food. Was the food in here spoiled? I hope it didn't. Probably didn't. No, it hasn't. Nearly there. We're going. Still going. Shoot, I ate it. That sucked. Okay, whatever. Much. Wow, these things are expensive. Yeah, trying to make a base that has like multiple landing zones with a repair bay for each one. difference in between each the repair bays? What's the difference? Okay. Can repair blocks and replace lost blocks. Oh, okay. So the repair tier 2 replaces blocks if they've been fully damaged. And this one just repairs blocks there. Okay. Placement, no rotation. So 1 by 1 by 1 block. Mass is 2 tons. Airtight. Energy in is 20 megawatts. No. Over here. Put it somewhere where they would land. There, no. Retreat. Put it right here. There we go. Repair bay. Check out. Standby, repair blocks. Repair to template. Oh, on Mac mode. Resources cannot be added in standby mode or while repairs in progress. New label. Okay, so main power on.
Executing now.
I have to be right on top. Let's see if the power has to be on for it to recognize that there's a ship on it. New label. On Mac mode. Standby. Repair blocks. Ship is powered. Repair in progress. Turn off main power.
Acknowledged.
Type, small vessel. 97%. Repair in progress. Iron ingot. Amount needed. Well, that's cool. Name housefly, small vessel. Oh, that's awesome. So rather, if I have like a very massive ship, or a complex ship, I could just land this thing on top of it and just kind of dump materials into it. That's cool. That's pretty sweet. Okay, let's see how much power is that using. Okay, oxygen is getting low. 92%. Current output, current consumption, 900. Nearly 900. Deactivate it. Check it here. 900 kilowatts. Gravity generator. Probably because of the this. Yeah, this is running. That's why. Okay. Do I have everything? Artificial mass blocks. Turn on main power. Turn on main power.
Yes, sir.
Go. All brakes off. Turn off auto brakes. Auto brake off.
That's a negative.
Whatever. Voice commands are still a work in progress. Something I have to go and play around with. Still useful, but it kind of gets a little weird at times. That's voice attack for you. Just something you have to kind of play around with and keep on adding commands, and hopefully ones work better than others. mining station. Yeah, there it is. Mining base. In fact, with repair bays like that, some of the bases I'm at, some of the designs I make, I'm gonna have to designate a block as something that I could color, you know, put like some type of a color there that reminds me that if you're gonna put a repair bay on this particular design, take this block out. So that I have designated areas where, you know, I can build the ship but have certain key components out of it and add them later. Because, you know, I don't want to make designs that I don't want to make two designs, one with and one without. I want to be able to have a design that, you know, I don't have to, you know, go out and find particular types of materials in order to get it when I want to get it earlier rather. Yeah, I can see that the current update, he's trying to fix the problem with the terrain not loading in properly. You can see that, you know, it's kind of, the squares are kind of disappearing. Yeah, trying to fix it. It's better. It's better than it was, but got a ways to go. At least it's playable. That's the important thing. At least it's now playable, rather than having to completely exit out of the game and reload the terrain. Being able to see most of it is better than not seeing any of it. But so far we've done a bit of exploring. We got to test out the drill turret and found out that right now it's just not a viable option. Not until they increase the number of asteroids you can drill with it. I mean, the spawn rate for those types of asteroids is so incredibly low right now, so not even worth building. Until I see an update come out that says that they've increased the spawn rate for those when the seed is being created. That's just not an option. So we'll be finding ourselves using the hovercraft a lot until he changes that. Until the developer changes that, it's pretty much going to be what we're going to be using the most of. Another thing I want to be added is being able to mine ice and turn ice into water. So being able to melt ice to get water for a lot of these ice planets, and also having the ability to, like on hotter planets, having like steam vents, having a device you could put over like near or over steam vents on hot plants to gather water that way too. Heck, being able to have another power source for hotter planets where you can get geothermal. So it, on hotter planets, it, you know, creates like a steam engine of some sort, geothermal generator. You know, having more power options open to the player would be nice. Would be great. Because right now all we have is biofuel, which is a good early game, but late game it's only designated for the I'm still alive, missed you the other day Didn't see you online. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to tell you, but yesterday I went fishing. So I left the stream title saying "Gone fishing, be back on Friday," just in case some people showed up. Turn off main power. Turn off main power.
As you wish.
Yeesh. But I'm gonna be making up that stream tomorrow morning. Gonna be playing in the morning, and then we'll have our usual Saturday stream later on in the day. I think all of this week I missed you Tuesday and Wednesday. I've been busy. I worked a bit longer than I talked because my got married. Oh no. Okay, let's see if that improves a little bit. Main power on.
Performing now.
That's a little better. Yeah, that's a little bit more balanced. I can actually do this now. I wasn't able to do that before. That's pretty sweet. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know that. I know that feeling. I totally understand. Like a giant spider with 4 legs. Yeah. Yeah, currently right now we've improved the design a little bit to where things like being able to mine and not have the thing kind of just roll over. There we go. I just had to hold it back a little bit. We still have to put more thrusters on the front of this thing, but turn off main power. Turn off main power.
Affirmative.
It's way more stable now. Yeah, this thing is way more stable. And we're drilling out a flatter bottom part of the cave when we're drilling this thing out. So now I just need to figure out how to make this thing look a little bit better. Because it's a fairly basic design. I'm probably gonna also, yeah, I'm probably also going to make this a little wider at the base too. But the configuration works, which is nice. Yeah, the configuration, it's working out just nicely. I've been missing out with Warframe. I've neglected my games because I have 4 hours. I get home, I play again for 2 and pretty much relax. Yeah, I know that feeling. Turn on main power.
Yes, Commander.
I've been pretty much not been playing a lot of games when I get home from work. I just kind of immediately lay down and usually fall asleep. Goes back onto our space station here. Oh, our floating capital ship base. But my understanding of a lot of the components so far is improving, which will help improve the design of the ships. Figuring out what the limitations are for these things is very important. Yeah, that's way more stable. Those artificial blocks, those artificial mass blocks are nice. Also, this ship could be redesigned because I don't need the oxygen on board. I haven't exactly been using it. Yeah, it's kind of here, but Not exactly needed. That doesn't exactly work. Huh. 130 millimeter, which we don't have a use for. Like, nearly 4,000. This does not include the ones that are already in turrets. Yeah, so I need to figure out how these custom ones work. If I could put these onto hotkeys, the custom ones. Wish I could put these onto hotkeys. Yep, Stone Feather, you know, gave us some bits at the very beginning of the stream. It's always appreciated. Oh, there we go. Sure enough. Let's see here. Go and dock ourselves here. But we also played around with a couple of the solar panels for the floating bases. Now that we know we can put bases pretty much anywhere in space, we played around with the solar panels. The solar panels don't exactly, they're not very efficient, but they're constant. You know, as long as I have it pointed near. Main power off.
Performing now.
As long as I have them pointed towards the sun, these things will produce power forever. Which is nice. I'll actually go over to here and see if this thing has been filled. Some sort of an indicator right here would be nice to show how full it is. Here, how much? 100%. How much time is that? 160 hours of power per battery. Not bad. Not bad at all. One battery is actually a lot of time. Like the real solar energy I got from my little outdoor charger. Yeah. The amount of power, this is what we have currently on this like platform right now, is 15 solar panels. 15 solar panels produces around 1 megawatt of power. So it's not much. Compared to what the generators will pump out, not much. But it's enough power that if you have enough of these batteries, it could fill all those batteries, and then if all of a sudden you start using like a bunch of constructors or use a bunch of equipment all at once, it will drain from the batteries first before it hits what the solar panels are pumping out. So on a space station, you can almost have an entire section dedicated only to the capacitors. You have a line of these things up, and while you're kind of messing around over in the system, those solar panels are charging all those batteries, and then by the time you get back, you'll have this huge source of battery power. Yeah, reserved power, exactly. It's really, really good. This kind of setup is really good for like a initial base, initial power, but long-term late game power, it's not really good. Then everything's on standby. Exactly. Here, yep. Anyway, tomorrow what we're gonna be doing. Tomorrow what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and explore the rest of this of the system. So the sector, we're gonna try and discover the rest of the sector. See how many plants there are. I'm thinking we're probably gonna build a couple of more turrets and components, because I've kind of figured out at least the majority of everything. We'll probably build a couple of explosive devices. We could probably build a couple of rocket launchers and rocket turrets just to see how those things work. And then I think that's pretty much good enough. Are you able to go farther than the sector/system? Yeah, no, you put. Yeah, it's There's this thing that's supposed to be somewhere in the system called supposed to be a wormhole. Put these on. Just in. Okay. I can. Okay. Well, let's just put them on there just because they look cool. Drop one here. Those are giant engines. They look awesome. Those are huge engines. I'm gonna have to turn them off though. They kind of use of power. Solar radiation, oh no. Yeah. Yeah, the game does have solar radiation. Those are massive engines. I love it. Those are the medium ones. Regular mediums. These are the XLs. God, those are beautiful. I love those things. Giant engines. Yes. But anyway, I gotta call it here. I gotta go to work. Thank you all for hanging out with me. If you haven't done so, hit the follow button your way out. I play a lot of survival games. We're gonna be playing this game for much longer than this. We're gonna probably be playing this game for a very long time. I don't know for how much longer, but we're gonna just play until we get tired of it. Which is gonna take a while, because a lot of things in this game takes a long time. But anyway, thank you all for hanging out. You all have a good day. I'll see you later. Bye.